Why early warning signs are ignored. Most organizational failures are not sudden surprises. They're slow-moving stories with an ignored beginning. Before every major breakdown, there are early warning signs, small signals, minor concerns, subtle changes in behavior or performance. And yet, when failure finally occurs, people say, "No one saw this coming." But that is rarely true. The warning signs were present. They were noticed. They were even discussed. They were just not acted upon. Understanding why early warnings are ignored is critical. Because risk management does not fail at the point of disaster. It fails much earlier, when the first signals are dismissed as unimportant. Early warning signs rarely look dramatic. They don't arrive as crises. They arrive as inconveniences. A small delay that keeps repeating. A quality issue that appears occasionally. A complaint that sounds familiar. Because the impact is low, the urgency is low. People say, "It's manageable. We'll keep an eye on it." This happens sometimes. But early warnings are not about severity. They are about direction. They show where things are heading, not where they are today. The mistake organizations make is judging early warnings by their current impact instead of their future potential. One reason early warnings are ignored is familiarity. When a signal appears for the first time, it feels important. The second time, it feels explainable. The third time, it feels normal. People adapt. They adjust expectations. They create workarounds. They stop treating the issue as a warning. This is called normalization. What once felt risky becomes routine. And once a warning becomes routine, it disappears from conversation. The organization hasn't solved the problem. It has simply learned to live with it. This is how early warnings lose their power, not because they are wrong, but because they become familiar. Consider a common scenario. A system occasionally fails during peak usage. The team restarts it and moves on. It happens again a month later. Still manageable. Over time, peak usage increases. Failures become more frequent. Manual fixes become exhausting. One day, the system fails for hours. Operations stop. Customers are impacted. Leadership asks, "How did this escalate so quickly?" But it didn't escalate quickly. The early warnings were visible. They were tolerated because they were survivable. The failure was not sudden. The response was delayed. Early warnings are uncomfortable. They challenge optimism. They suggest future trouble. They force difficult decisions. So people look for reassurance. They prefer explanations that reduce anxiety. It will stabilize. We've seen wars. Let's not overreact. This is not negligence. It is a human response to uncertainty. Taking early action feels costly. Doing nothing feels safe. The problem is that comfort today often creates crisis tomorrow. Early warnings are ignored because acting on them requires courage, not information. In many organizations, escalation is risky. People learn quickly what is welcomed and what is not. If early warnings are met with impatience, dismissal, pressure to be positive, people adapt their behavior. They soften concerns. They delay escalation. They wait for stronger evidence. By the time evidence is undeniable, options are limited. Risk management fails not because people don't see problems, but because organizations unintentionally train people to wait until it is too late. Another reason early warnings are missed is data overload. Dashboards show hundreds of metrics. Reports track dozens of indicators. But early warnings are often found in trends, not thresholds. A metric may still be within limits, but steadily worsening when organizations focus only on red flags. They miss amber signals. By the time data turns red, the risk has already matured. Risk management is not about waiting for numbers to breach limits. It is about noticing direction and acting before certainty arrives. Effective organizations treat early warnings seriously. They ask, why is this repeating? What happens if this trend continues? What are we assuming will fix itself? They escalate patterns, not incidents. They reward early action, not late firefighting. Most importantly, they separate raising a warning from being blamed. Early warnings are treated as intelligence, not inconvenience. This allows organizations to act when action is still affordable. Early warning signs are rarely ignored because they are invisible. They are ignored because they are inconvenient. They interrupt momentum. They challenge confidence. They demand action before certainty. But risk does not wait for certainty. The most dangerous failures are not those without warning. They are those with warnings that were postponed. The real risk question is not, did we have early warning signs? It is, why did we choose not to act on them? Because by the time risk becomes obvious, it has already moved beyond control. Early warnings are not predictions. They are invitations. And ignoring them is always a choice.